what's the fiqh of cool? How do we get to the youth? How do we get to this modern technology? How do we make Islam more compatible to the way that people are communicating today? That's what's missing that's what's missing overall. Now, how do you contribute to that? Is the question. What do you see that you can do that can speak to that? Is the question. Because enough hasn't been done, and that's the vacuum. That's the void. We're taking small things and we're trying to accomplish large feats. So there's still more concrete that needs to be laid down, more roadways. We need more highway so that the cars can drive down them. And your problem is that you want people to drive the cars and get to you and get here and get there when you haven't paved the highway yet. They don't feel confident going down that pathway yet. They don't know if it's going to destroy their car, if it's going to blow their tires out. There's no lights down there. That's the concept that's going on right now.
All right, and to your point from yesterday, so Sheikh Ass is already doing it successfully. It works. He's already doing the cartoons. So right now,
okay.
He's going through he has somebody going through his archives of stuff that he did from years ago, pulling out clips, 3, 4, 5-minute clips, 6-minute clips, and then adding the cartoons to it. I don't know if you saw the link.
I'm gonna check it out. I didn't see the link. How do you told me that my artwork is better than that, which is cool.
Yeah,
I don't think it's about quality of artwork when it comes to this, though. I think that that helps a lot too. But I've seen some real I've seen some things that you wouldn't look at as being the finest of art, having a cult following to it. So I'm still trying to understand what it is about the art and the content that really people are they're engaged with at that level. It's representing, if I was to bump into you in the street, what's the convo like? The convo is like a quick quote, I'm doing this, I'm selling that, have a nice day, be on your way. It's called traffic. So if you don't treat Facebook like it's like I'm seeing you in traffic, then, I don't know. You're not going to get responded to the way that you should be getting responded to, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is like a traffic. The feed is like traffic, really.
Yeah. And we're trying to turn them into websites because we don't want to put in the legwork to get our own personal websites the traffic that it deserves. So you're on Facebook and you're trolling, you're waiting, you're hanging out on the corner. Facebook is hanging out on the corner, 100%. You're talking trash all day. If you're home, you're drinking, you're eating, whatever you're doing, you're watching what people say, you're waiting for somebody to say something so you could jump in there and say what you got to say about the topic. You're sharing things. And the only stuff that gets the most traction is the gossip, just like the cafeteria, just like the lunchroom, just like the gym. I might drop a few notes from class, help somebody out with their test, but that's not going to get everybody's attention in the lunchroom. It's going to get everybody's attention, a food fight. What's going to get everybody's attention? A bad girl, a newcomer from the school, somebody who just came in from somewhere. A loud outburst, a screech. All of these things get everybody's attention, and that's what's happening on social media. Classic jumps on the table, starts dancing. He plays his Beastie Boys music, and he drops that in the coolest community that everybody's so cool they don't want to be looked at like they're not cool. What? And then you drop that in there out of nowhere, it's gonna shake the needle. It's gonna move the needle. That's all. Mm-hmm. And you want that. You want to move the needle. So, but if you treat the Facebook like it's the website, you're gonna get buried under the timeline, and people are not gonna see you. And it's like, man, like why am I not getting what I'm looking for? Why they don't know what I'm doing? People didn't even know I was doing an IGTV show. I had to literally go to people, look on the phone. You go to IGTV this way. You do this that way. It's like this. Oh, wow, this is nice, man. I didn't know. I thought it was just clips. Because everybody's so clippy. It's all clips, flashes, GIFs, GIF files. You know, it's all of that. And when you come with something that you want them to pay attention to, they're just not programmed to pay attention on that particular platform. So you have to understand that for what it is and respect that. It needs respect. It deserves the respect. You know? So that's it, brother. You know, we're getting there. I feel like we're getting closer to it. So it's definitely about building a house. It's definitely about creating this experience, creating this community online, and then the community having a place to go. You know, it has a home, a base camp, a residence, for lack of better words. And that's really what websites need. All websites need residents, these places that physically bring it, you know, into fruition. And I think people are going to come out to what we're doing, what you're doing, and respect what's going on, man. The more I look at the internet, man, I'm like, nobody's doing nothing, man. It's so late. Nobody's really pushing us nowhere. No one's taking us nowhere.
So let's look at this. So in all the social media, what websites do we see people quoting the most real time? I don't think there's any one website anymore.
That's over. That's finally over.
I only started seeing that again in the prisons, and I started seeing it in the prisons 5 years ago. It was old 5 years ago.
I like the way Sheikh Fu Post is playing like this vigilante type of role where, you know, he's just in the he's just there. Like somebody say something out of whack, he jump right on it. Bam, no, he got a comment for that. He has an article for that. He has something for that. Like he's been real on point of being like this social media guide. You know what I'm saying? Just being there and jumping in and validating certain thought processes and then, you know, dispelling certain misconceptions right there. Very, very responsive. And I think that's building up his popularity with the layman people. You know what I mean? So you know, Sheikh Farouk Post, he's a genius. He's marketing himself effortlessly, and he's a household name. You know, he knows where to go, he knows where not to go, and he knows how to coexist with the people in a way that is, you know, is not rude and it's not intrusive. And that's that's kind of what the people are looking for from their leadership. You know, from the scholarship, the local scholarship. It's like, be there for us. You know, just be there for us. You know, get us on track. You know, encourage us. Those conversations that we're having organically, provide little ammunition, little tools, little things that can give the dialogues between the layman people a little more strength. My man said something that was profound. He said, "Man, I can't even imagine arguing about sports before Google came out." He's like, "We in the barbershop now. Somebody want to talk about a stat. Everybody say, hold up, wait a minute, let me go to my phone. That ain't true. The man had 3.4. So now arguing about sports is now knowledge-based now. And for him to say that, I said, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because I grew up in a culture where in the morning, we're watching Sports Center every morning. Now, when we go to work and we go to school, baby, you got to make a move, baby. You got to do something. You got to do something. Now we go to school. I'm driving. It's me talking to. That's my road rage. All right, I talk to him. So you know, we're arguing about sports, about quarterbacks, whatever. But I gotta do my homework. I'm on Sports Center. I saw the game last night. I might go to a little sports bar that might got the satellite. Just to brush up on the other game. So that by the time I come around the way, I definitely know who's lying. You know what I'm saying? But now with the internet and the Google, it referees the debate so much differently. It gives the people the power, the tool to really discuss sports in real time. And my man was like, I don't even know how he was even trying to do this. Like, we was just, I can't even imagine how goofy the conversation had to have been. Nobody's memorizing this stuff. Or it was 2 or 3 guys that just ran the room. And that's how it used to be. It'd be 1 or 2 guys, man, that just take control of the whole conversation. Yeah, because boom, boom, boom. Now the whole barbershop is watching 2 people talk about sports because everybody else don't really have that type of depth. But with the Google, you could brush up right before you get to the barbershop. So that's happening with religion now. You know, people are using the information to have their daily conversations at the coffee shops. You know, they got their phone, they listen to your class, they made a comment, they posted, they got Farouk post, they got Mufti Munir, Ibn Munir, you know, all of these things. They got, you know, Hassan Somali statements, you know, whatever the case may be. And then now they're using these things and talking about these things and comparing these things from the convenience of their cell phone. And when they talk about it on social media, sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes it's a bad idea. But guys like Farouk Post, they're able to kind of jump in those comments and just add some framework to the conversation, you know? So I think it's pretty interesting. It's just a new day and age. Abu Muslim wasn't just hopping and just jumping in our conversations back in the day. Right. We was on the corners talking about that, and then we had to, you know, have our notes, and then that was the question. If me and the brothers couldn't really figure it out, now I have to shake them out, you know, see who understands the Qawaid. Let's go. Same thing with Al-Hadith.
We had to go to him.
All right. The sheikh gonna have to shake the class tomorrow. We're gonna see who memorized their notes. And now that determines your status in the community. You can't even come to the souk now. It's like, this brother, he ain't even do his homework. He's fronting. Culture, I think, is needed in some way, level for positive peer pressure. That's all I'm saying.